What's going on, guys? Bart here with Tully Television. I want to thank all of you for stopping by today. We're going to be getting a little bit into a semi-sad video today. But before we do, I want to remind each and every one of you on how amazing and awesome you are. I want to thank you for tuning in and staying tuned. I hope that today is the day that I earn your subscription. If so, you hit that red subscribe bar down below. But let's get into it. The life and death of Hulk Hogan. I wasn't sure if I was going to do this video or not because um, with Malcolm Jamal Warner passing away, Ozzy Osbourne passing away, and now Hulk Hogan passing away. I wasn't sure if I should do a video for all three of them or just a separate video for Hulk Hogan and then do another video for Ozzy Osbourne. To be honest, the reason why I'm doing this particular video and not about the other two men who passed away is um, I don't really know much about their careers. And yes, I can research and look it up and tell you that Malcolm Jamal Warner was doing this as a producer, doing that and stuff. But um, there was I haven't really been emotionally invested into the Cosby Show or even Ozzy Osbourne to that degree, the way I was emotionally invested into professional wrestling. I respect both of those men and their careers and the impact they had on every on everything that they touched. I mean, I remember Theo and his friend Rocho's getting into trouble or trying to scheme and scam about getting girls or going out and stuff like that, and learning things about being a teenage boy and hearing the lessons he got from his father in the show that helped me grow and learn and everything like that. But Hulk Hogan was in a field. One of the first things that helped me escape in my life, professional wrestling, and he was very much the innovator of a lot of um, wrestling wouldn't be what it is today. Professional wrestling wouldn't be what it is today if it wasn't for him. A lot to do with him. He initially got into wrestling in the year 1977, but he really didn't make it big until 1983, and then that was it. Once he exploded into the mainstream, couldn't get rid of him. This man put his name on everything, the licensing deals this man had. This man had Hulk Hogan, Hulkamania, spaghetti. Okay? Spaghetti. Um, this man once said he wrestled 400 days in 1 year. He wrestled 400 days in 1 year. He preferenced it by saying because of all the time zones he traveled in, that it was the equivalent of 400 days worth of wrestling that he did in one calendar year. He claimed to have been almost in the band Metallica. He stated that he had almost created the George Foreman grill. This man was always in the business of putting himself over. And then when such a classic talent like Ozzy passed away, he said, "That's not going to work for me, brother. No one's going to get over on the Hulkster. Brother. Brother!" And he had to die too. Now, he left, much like Ozzy and Malcolm there, he left behind a family. Uh, but his family wasn't the family that he was trying to hold on to for all those years. He ended up divorcing his wife. His son ended up going to prison for uh, taking someone out in a car accident. His daughter Brooke, who he seems to have a very overbearing relationship with. There's pictures of him rubbing suntan lotion on her buttocks. I don't know why a father would be doing that out in public or in private. His relationship with her put a strain on her to where they weren't talking near the end of his life. And she stated that they like were talking, and um, he did seem to apologize for something in the last conversation they had, but he didn't get to see his grandchildren that she had or anything like that because of the strain of the relationship between them. And she almost passed away, uh, And hey, listen, again, at the end of the day, jokes are jokes. Internet memes are going to be memeing all the time. But, no one, I don't want to see anyone get hurt for real unless you are like some real piece of work doing stuff to people that are really bad. Then off with you then, right? Type of thing. But there was a part of Hulk Hogan too that he got caught saying some racist remarks, like really like about his daughter not dating N-word people, right? With the hard R. But if she does, hope he's like 6'9" and like makes millions of dollars as a basketball player, and it's like, bro, brother, whoa. He also was able to sue Gawker successfully due to a sex tape that was released of him and his best friend's wife. So, like, he's doing this stuff with his best friend's wife. Uh, he was dating someone very much younger than he was before he passed away. And again, if it's two consenting adults, then more power to you, I guess, right? But there's a lot of that was just his private life, right? His professional life was also wrapped and mirrored in controversy on a lot of different things. There was a part in Hulk Hogan's career where he was becoming very stale, very much done, people being done with drinking milk and saying your prayers and eating vitamins when this man was doing steroids behind the scenes, right? Trying to cut corners, so to speak, instead of using natural ways to get big and whatever you got to do and what you can live with when millions of dollars are on the line and all that pressure of a company on your shoulders. I don't know. I don't know what I would do, but I would hope that I would use my morals and ethics in a better way. That would be my hope. But he got very stale, and in an industry that you could be the hottest thing since sliced bread, but when the next guy comes in and says the coolest thing or does the coolest thing, your career may be very well back to mid card or whatever like that. But Hogan, despite all the corniness, despite all the corny stories, um, he stayed on top. Like one of the better storylines in the WWE was the Mega Power storyline between him and Macho Man, right? The implosion of the Mega Powers, brother. And when he finally turned heel, bad guy in WCW, and helped create the New World Order with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. Um, there was instances where in his career, the finger poke of doom, made people not like him, where he basically won a championship just by poking someone and they fell as if they were beat up, and he pinned them and won the belt. And I know that with predetermined storylines and championship titles, that don't really matter because it's all written to be whoever's the popular person, so to speak, right? I get it. But this was a thing that helped me realize who was good, who was bad, and helped determine the nuances in my brain as I got older on what really is a good person or a bad person. And even though I was not a fan of the character, even from my youth, Hulk Hogan was definitely someone that you could say back in the day, at least character wise, that he was supposed to represent good. He was kissing babies and shaking hands and beating up the bad people and protecting the WWE from all those dastardly villains, right? And I think that he affected a lot of people in a lot of different ways, like literally thousands of people, millions of people. If you ask 1 million people their opinion on Hulk Hogan, you're going to get 1 million different opinions on him. And a lot of them are going to be a mixed bag of emotions, a mixed bag of understanding about life, right? And the sad part about it is, with all his money that he made and all the cool things that he owned, like jet skis and mansions and having a family and a pretty wife back in the day, and he could have had friends that didn't feel like they tried to screw him over. Because that was another big thing. Hulk Hogan was accused of being willing to throw people under the bus for his own gain, his own reputation at the end of the day. And maybe people think that's shitty, but it got him to where he is now. I find that a lot of rich and successful people have very similar characteristics, and that's one of the characteristics, the selfishness of not putting anyone else over, so to speak, right? Figuratively or literally in the ring. That's not going to work for me, brother. Was the infamous line? That's not going to work for me, brother. Whenever it was suggested he lose or yada yada yada, right? It wasn't going to work for him, brother. And he lived by that for really a lot of his life. That's not going to work for me. Um, I never got to meet Hulk Hogan in my life. I never had a desire. Macho Man was my guy. Okay, I always preferred Macho Man over Hulk Hogan. But for those of you who did love him as a person, as a character, uh, salute to you, I guess. Hogan, wherever you may land in the afterlife, I hope you rest well. Uh, there's not much else I can say other than have been a very controversial person in your life. Uh, Even though I've not been a big fan, I hope that your family can get through this loss of you, and I hope that wrestling fans can get over the loss of you as well. You contributed a lot to wrestling, Hogan, but Booker T is always going to come for you. Don't forget how amazing and awesome you guys are. If you have any thoughts of Hulk Hogan, let me know down below what they are. And until next time, peace, Snuckums.